Well, hello. As today is the Sunday, I thought I would read the Gospel passage that's written for today that would have been read out in all our churches today. But unfortunately, as we at the moment have suspended public worship, it's not. So the reading is from John chapter 9. As Jesus was walking along, he saw a man who'd been blind from birth. "Rabbi," his disciples asked him, "why was this man born blind? Was it because of his own sins or his parents' sins?" "It was not because of his sins or his parents' sins," Jesus answered. "This happened so the power of God could be seen in him. We must quickly carry out the tasks assigned by the one who sent us. The night is coming, and then no one can work. But while I am here in the world, I am the light of the world." Then Jesus spit on the ground, made mud with the saliva, and spread the mud over the blind man's eyes. He told them, "Go wash yourself in the pool of Siloam." Siloam means sent. So the man went and washed, and he came back seeing. His neighbours and others who knew him as a blind beggar asked each other, "Isn't this the man who used to sit and beg?" Some said he was, and others said, "No, it just looks like him." But the beggar kept saying, "Yes, I'm the same one." They asked him, "Who healed you? What happened?" He told them, "The man called Jesus made mud and spread it over my eyes and told me, 'Go to the pool of Siloam and wash yourself.' So I went and I washed, and now I can see." "Where is he now?" they asked. "I don't know," he replied. Then they took the man who'd been blind to the Pharisees, because it was on the Sabbath that Jesus had made the mud and healed him. The Pharisees asked the man all about it. So he told them, "He put the mud over my eyes, and when I washed it away, I could see." Some of the Pharisees said, "This man Jesus is not from God, for he's working on the Sabbath." Others said, "But how could an ordinary sinner do such miraculous signs?" So there was a deep division opened among them. Then the Pharisees again questioned the man who had been blind and demanded, "What's your opinion about this man who healed you?" The man replied, "I think he must be a prophet." The Jewish leaders still refused to believe that the man had been blind and could now see. So they called his parents. They asked them, "Is this your son? Was he born blind? If so, how can he now see?" His parents replied, "We know this is our son and that he was born blind, but we don't know how he can see or who healed him. Ask him. He's old enough to speak for himself." His parents said that because they were afraid of the Jewish leaders, who had announced that anyone saying Jesus was the Messiah would be expelled from the synagogue. That's why they said, "He's old enough. Ask him." So for the second time, they called in the man who'd been blind and told him, "God should get the glory for this, because we know this man Jesus is a sinner." "I don't know whether he's a sinner," the man replied. "But I know this. I was blind, and now I can see." So a couple of thoughts that hit me with that, and I would have been preaching on this today, but you'll be glad to know you're not getting a whole sermon. Just a couple of brief thoughts. That age-old question, why? This story starts with why. The disciples want to know, why is this man born blind? And hot on the heels of why, they want to know, whose fault is it? Was it his parents? Was it him? It's all about sin, isn't it? And you know, Jesus straight away says, no, it was not to do with his parents' sin. It was not to do with his sin. The glory of God is going to be seen in that man's life. And you know, that's a promise for each of us. The glory of God will be seen in each of our lives. We're born for a purpose. We have a purpose. We live in difficult times. We live in times of joy as well. But in the difficult times, when everything seems to be going out of the window and we can't see in front of us, we can't see the way to go, the glory of God is going to be revealed in each of us and in our land. I was blind, said the man, but now I see. That's all I know.